Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices, and starting with the S&P here on the hourly chart. Now, this particular wave count that we've got here has got wave A, B and C here for wave B, and then we're looking for wave C to come down through this way here. It's certainly not the case. We've got a nice tested support on the 2700 and we've been triggered on the long side here. When we spoke last time, we were looking at the possibility of being short or being long on these two last highs here. So we're being triggered in long. We don't need this here. So then we've got to look at the wave count here. So the wave count could play out with B wave over here, and C wave over here, and A wave over here, and B wave over here with this wave 4 here. If we're in a bullish market, then this wave 4 here, we would be counting this as wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and then looking up for wave 5 going further up, which is not out of the case, but because I don't know what that is, that's okay, long as we take our trade signals and we trade what we see, and everything is quite perfect apart from the wave count in this particular instance. So we've got a nice tested support on the 2700 area here. That's why we could go with long here. We also noted that the move down here can be an A wave, a B wave and a C wave, with wave 1 up here and wave 2 here, and that's the case really. So now what we need to look for here is wave 1, wave 2, and then we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then there'll be wave 3 and 4 and 5 here, and this will be 1 and 2 here. So we'll have 5 waves in here, then we'll have wave 4 and wave 5 up into the 28. We know that number 8 is a profit taking number, so that's where our target will be. Okay. Of course, this particular structure here wouldn't be confirmed unless it took the top of this one out through here, which is pretty much it there already, but I do need to point that out as such, so just bear that in mind there. So on the, I'll just go straight to the tick chart here. So this is where we were talking last week here, yesterday, and the wave count, we were looking at it in both ways, to go short or to go long, and we had a very clear point where we could go long, so we could go long through this particular instance here. That was one possibility. The other possibility is we were looking at this possibly being down for wave 1 here and wave 2 into this box here, which the box was sitting on the 272 number, so I could just remove that there, and in fact I'll just delete that, and we don't need the short there, so I'll delete that. So in a nutshell, we were looking for the break of this. We're also looking, we know that we wanted to be long on tested support above the 272 there, so there's different many roads to Rome, but all coming to the same thing. So if I'd seen this here, the trading level scenario is that we have the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then the A, the B and the C correction. So then we use this as a target to go long here, and then we drop it down to these ones, and we drop it down to these ones, and you can even drop it down further. You can go into, I just bring them down until I get my thing. Then, this one here is moved up through here, then come back down here. So then I can use this one here. So that would have been, if I was trading long here, then that's what I would have done here just naturally. And then I would leave the stop well out of the way over here as such. And then of course you can look to add through the levels if we go to the upside. So going to the upside here, we're coming into, well, we've got group 1, which is 1, 2 and 3, and then we've got the number 5, and then we'll have number 8 up here. So when we're looking from, say, every 100 points with indices, is that we've got 700 here and 800 here. We know that 8's a profit-taking number, so we know that that's where the correction is going to be. We also know too, between the 100 here and the 10, 20, 30 50, 80. So we've got group 1 here, 10, 20, 30, the midpoint 50, and then we've got 65, 72, and 80 here, which is group 2. So we've got group 1, midpoint, and group 2. We use group 1 to build into the trade. And you can take profit here. There will be a correction here, so we will see the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then the A, the B, and the C correction, and then we'll move up into the 65 where we'll see a bit of a reaction here, and then we'll see more reaction into the 72, and eventually in its own way it will find support on top of 72, and then it'll find support on top of 80 and so on. So build in through here. You can take profit here if you wanted to, depending on where the session's ending and so on and so on, like it's ending now, so it's not such a bad thing. But you don't have to either. You can just hold through it. You could take profit when you get there. You could add back into it. You could do nothing and just simply add more to it on the pullback. But this gives you options here to to do different things. But this is normally this is building the trade through here, and you can build into here. That's just open, and then this is normally sort of profit taking here, and then taking 50% here at 72, and the rest at the 800 here. Or you could take it all at the 72, wait for 72 to become support again, build back in, add on top of the 80, and get out at the 8 here. So there's a variety of things that you can do. You just need to do them to suit yourself and what's actually sort of happening in the market as well. But there's our little long trade, and that's all going fine. So it's much the same for the Nasdaq as well. I've got this counted differently here. Down here as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave for wave 4. And the reason I did that for the Nasdaq is because we could see early in the week, we could see that Amazon was going to make a new high above here. So there was leaders and there's followers and so on. So we've labeled it like this in terms of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And we're also playing the same game here as well. We would have been short below here and long above here, and we can trade up to the 7,000 in this point here, or to the old highs here. And of course there's going to be some type of correction here as well. I don't know if this is the right wave count. I would like to know, but at the same time it's not that important. It's more important to take our trade setups and basically trade what we see and manage our money, and this will be the same for the DJ as well. I've labeled this one differently again as well here, so I've labeled this, and I don't know if it's right, but I do know that it's right in our setup here. You don't get better setups than this, because the market, this here is the 25,000 here. I just call it the 25 number, or 2.5 basically, is a medium level. Halfway between 20 and 30,000, which are major trading levels. So we could see here that it was resistance, and then eventually over here it's become support, and it just doesn't get any better than that. Will it take the top out over here? I don't know that, but what we will do is we'll follow these current 5 waves up to this point here, and then we will just chill on that and just wait for some more news to come into play at this stage. But this does appear to be an impulse wave up through here, so we should see this go further up through here and make new highs. But at the same time, until it takes out this high here, then I won't know that, but we will be looking for that 5 wave movement up here. The other point here is that even though these are bigger numbers, this is 100, 200, and 300, and 500, and then we'll have 800 up here, and we can also put in group 2 within here as well here. But the same thing again here, this is all of group 1, 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, and 3. I'll just keep it as simple as possible. Once that becomes the support here, tested support, then you can look at the next number at the 25 here. 5 being the second strongest number in the market. So I see 1 is the strongest, then 5, then 8, and then unusually number 3 after that. So I'll leave it at that, and we're on track to go higher, and we'll do that with the equities as well. Alrighty, cheers, thanks for tuning in.